Alright, we're back again. Welcome back, everyone. We are inside Project Zero Dawn facilities.
This might even the odds.
Yes, break's over, Aloy. Time to pick that heavy thing up. God, that thing is huge. Who designed a weapon that looks like that anyways? What's the practicality of the design? Welcome back, everyone. Hope you all got a break. Thank you, Jake.
Heavy. Hits hard, too.
Intruder! Get her! She's
Really? This is a pretty weak sauce heavy weapon. Come on. What do I need to hit him with the headshot? Yeah! I finally got to use it. Guess what, Aloy? Your carrying that thing around has been, well justified now. Has to hold a lot of fireworks. Jay blows his wad. Yeah, now we can explore again. Christina Suve.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
An art history major got to do something important?
Christina?
Is this right?
Yes.
Sorry, just joking.
I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair, not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Sorry for the bad joke about art history majors. That would be as important as the other information going into this. Not initially, perhaps, but if you're trying to restore the essence of humanity in the future, art is just as important as science. To that understanding, to that essence. Travis Tate, voice log.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are.
Is there another
God's
rope?
own budget
No!
throwing a kid playing with a hologram
stop!
sculptor.
Be my focus.
Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural to be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate.
Kept you waiting, huh?
You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Yeah, overlapping audio tracks. My favorite! As soon as I walked through this door, it triggered a little quest update, and we heard Silence and Aloy speaking on top of Travis. I hope you all heard enough of Travis speaking there. We can dig the log back out if we need to restart it. Tyler, welcome, man. Welcome, welcome. I, too, am doing great. This game is It's fun through and through. Though we might have to run late to finish it tonight. I think we're finishing today. So you're damn right there's gonna be spoilers. I'm glad you're great, man. And Seastar, if you're still there, good night. Sleep tight. Sweet dreams. You like how Twitch stole it, huh? You know, they straight up did, didn't they? They did. I mean, well, you could say that I stole it too. But at least those are my hands. Twitch Unity. Hey, it's a good emote. It's a good emote. Bad Crow, game looks awesome. Never played it, but I assume you all will recommend it. I would be surprised if you found anyone here to try and steer you away from it. Yeah, it's one of those really good ones that I hope everyone could get a chance to play. Of course, being a console exclusive to PlayStation, that may not be possible. And that's a shame. It's one of the greats. Tom Paik.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this, and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to it. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe, anyway.
Yeah, going into Elysium to live out your final years, knowing you would never get out. That wouldn't work for everyone, would it? Just wouldn't work for everyone. So this door, heavily shielded, seal integrity maintained. Power cable. We'll see what is powering that door in a minute. Let's carry one of these fire strikers with us. I think we got all the logs in this little area here. Yes, the lugging of the fire striker has begun again. Code Nexus. Secure encryption port with holographic display. Data shows required settings for nearby hololocks. It does seem weird that all the hololocks are accompanied
Here we go.
by a key.
Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
But I suppose some of the authentication might be in the focus. The hololocks and the key would require that you have an active focus, probably an active and authorized focus.
There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
You won't be able to take the heavy weapons moving forward. Well, I'll take your word for it and stop carrying that thing around. Left up, left down, right. Left up, left. Down. Right.
Done. I should check the door nearby.
What of this other set? Settings transposed.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out. Hey, I'm
Yeah,
done with
stop
Brett's
repeating yourself.
incompetence,
So,
okay? Somehow he managed to install
down,
an H-emitter node
right,
backwards.
up,
Everything's in reverse.
left, down.
I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage.
still
for a
missing
new
a
emitter,
part.
Not me. Parker out.
So we can't turn these locks yet at all, but presumably everything's backwards on the key. We're gonna need a part though. Did that first set of locks open the door we were at before? No, maybe this door. What is that gonna do? Doesn't that just wrap around? Hey, Terry. Says hi, Jay in chat. Hi to you, Terry. Welcome. We are in Project Zero Dawn itself right now. There's our part. Emitter, key component of a mid-21st century military hololock.
Found one.
How are you doing today, Terry?
Intact.
Actually, Chronic, there was one like that. We had an up, up, down. Well, yeah, instead of an up, down, left, right, they just had an up, down, left, right one. I'm still quite sure that's what it was, though. Steel, Goodwin. What's up, Goodwin? Lurking before you gotta get home. Jay, I finally get to see you this week.
I can't spare
Well,
the
welcome.
wit.
Glad you could make it. Are you going to be able to watch after you get home? We might be running late tonight. I would like to finish the game today, and it is going to take
That should
at
be a
least
trick.
the time that's scheduled for the stream.
Let's get that door open.
Okay, so opposite of what it shows. Down, right, up, left, down. Okay, that didn't work. Did I miss something there? Oh, and the Pharaohs. Oh, I see. I got it. Edge, you called it. You said, no, look at the letters Pharaoh. It's top to bottom as well. So, not what I just did, but the key's upside down. So, it's down, left, up, right, down. Likes to see, exactly. Welcome. What was the last ones? It was going to be left and down. Hold on. So wait, the whole thing's, do I have to do both? Flip it upside down and then reverse everything? Down, right, wait, up, right, down, left, up. I completely screwballed doing that. Just, okay, up, right, bottom to top as well. Down, left, up. I see the resistance to what I'm doing. Let me work through it so that I can rule out what I was thinking. But I hear what you're trying to tell me, that it's completely transposed. Pharaoh is reversed as well. I mean, if you just flip the whole thing... Anyways, take a deep breath, okay? Take a deep breath. Just rotate the image 180 degrees in your head. Well, see, isn't that... Oh, yeah. I'm doing too many things at once in my head, and I should stop reading chat for a moment. Down, left. Didn't I do that first, though? Didn't I go down, left, up, right, down? Didn't I do exactly that? Down, left, up, right, down. If it were just 180, that's all it would be. Deep Breath likes to see. Deep Breath, let me screw this up. Even if I have to screw it up 5 times. Just
Now to see what lies beyond it.
deep breaths. Turn it 350. Damn it, I told you not to give that monster 350.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Hey, Rope. Yeah, I'm sure it was driving you crazy, but you gotta give room for the streamers to screw things up. Either I'm thinking about it right and looking at it wrong, or thinking about it right, looking at it right, saying it right, and turning it wrong. I'm sure that drives you nuts. Unfortunately, I'm the one who's got to push the buttons, so you got to let me work through it. It's really hard to take Spitfire directions from Twitch chat. Not only is there Twitch lag to deal with, when you're saying one thing, it's whatever I was doing 10 seconds ago or more. It's really hard to process. So sometimes when I've got 5, 6, 7 people telling me what I need to do or what I'm doing wrong, I gotta just stop looking because it scrambles my already scrambled brain. But we're good. We're through. We're in. And it locked behind us. So you were right. I can't take the fire starter just because of the cutscene. Cutscene for the door was gonna make that. Can I... That was a good first one to take down, though.
Try to run.
Hey!
Shadow guide me.
Come on, take a step. There we go.
Stay.
Walk this way. No mercy.
We might have trouble.
You might? How are you not sure of it? She just walked right in front of you. At least one I did not tag, right? Nope, search is over.
That's the last of them.
That is not the last of them.
Or not.
The shadow will reach you wherever. Push harder. The shadow demands sacrifice.
Room's clear.
Oh, come on!
Moment anyway.
Give me a few more!
Get moving. You have
Area
We were just getting warmed up.
Elevators non-operational. Stairwells have collapsed.
Well, Entropic, I'm pleased to say I'm not bored. I just want more fodder. Feed me. Feed
Save
me.
these for the
But
train.
yes, we're over-leveled and over-equipped. And I love it. Yeah, we have turned the difficulty in the game up to very hard. We did that 2 streams ago. Or 3 streams ago. And the incoming damage has been greatly increased. But enemies still go down pretty quick. Most of them are well beneath our level. And of course, that has a lot to do with it. Come on, power cell! Yes, we definitely need a power cell. If I somehow pick one up without seeing it, let me know. I'm sure it'll pop on screen though. Find the entrance to Sobek's office, which is up 1 floor. We've got stairs over here. I don't think we've been through this part of the facility yet. There's also stairs over here. How many do you have? We need 1 more power cell. There's this side quest we've had since the beginning of the game. Initially, we needed 2 or 3 power cells for one of the locks. And now we've run into another lock that requires 3 power cells. We've got 2 of those. As far as I know, we only need 1 more power cell. But let's see, Aloy is looking at... We still can't back out of the room, right? Where did we come in? I am momentarily lost my orientation. I've really gotten turned around. Where did we come in from? Did we come in through... Not there. So... Thing about this spire? Oh, just the blast doors. If the one you're missing is the one I think, it's very easy to miss. Well, let me ask you straight up. Is it in this facility? Oh, this is the door we came in. This is the door we came in. I got you. I got that now. This door was sealed during the fight. It's open now. We could grab our fireworks guns if we really wanted to. Yes, likes to see it is. Bloodborne is another PS4 exclusive. Some of the PS4 exclusives include these games here. Last of Us, PS3, PS4, the Infamous series and First Light, the Uncharted series, Bloodborne. There is no power cell in this quest. Have you had to cross a chasm at any point here or previously? It's later on. Okay. Thank you both. Thank you both. We're going off this way. Does that mean we can't go off in this direction? If I put a marker over there, help me with my orientation. Jeez, I know I can pick up the gun and get unstuck, but just enjoy for the moment that I dropped this big-ass gun and I actually got myself stuck. Okay. Guess the gun's coming with. That door is sealed. We're not getting through that way. Shit, which of those is unused? Now I don't know which of those guns is unused. Which one has all the ammo? My fault. I either took one that's half empty or one with plenty of ammo.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical at places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry. I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
Only one in here. Full steam ahead. Text mail from Elizabeth Sobek to Margot Shen. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. Need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry core and the Foundry site selection plan, add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail, consult with Iamid Okilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus's first task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan. Elizabeth. Wish we could shine a light onto some of this tech. From the very beginning of the game even, I've wished we could illuminate some of it more. Zoom in more than we can. Simulation results. Text mail from Margot Shen. Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional, they feel almost like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind. As though she's already mourning their loss. And not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil record too. References to megafauna in some of her designs. So cool. Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. I just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. Yeah, exactly. Nice, man. We've hardly got that. We've just got the light from our focus, right? Not much to work with.
This'll do.
Yes, let's tote that for the moment. Since the holo panel played automatically when we entered the room, I'm not going to trigger it again. Go up the stairs. Just checking the nooks.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
More clips.
Since,
Careful now.
more clips. Well, let me go scan through the window. I should be able to scan the data that's in there. No? Suddenly blocked because of the window? How strange. That might be the first time in the game when you can target data points but not scan them. Because we're not in the office yet, okay, I get it, but that's a little different from how it's been. We've been able to scan data points through walls and, I think, glass. What levels are these guys anyways? 15, yeah. We're 50, they're 15. It's hardly a fair fight. Tempting. Special window had stuff on it. It must have. It must have. I'm not letting go of my Deathbringer yet.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
The leveling up of humanity's knowledge. Reseeding information. One bit at a time. Encapsulated DNA from Samina Ebaji. Elizabeth Sobek. And the winner is Encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions. Magnetic, optical, quantum, even that eternity tech the FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings: too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power-intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40-plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at minus 18 degrees Celsius for 1,000 plus years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction? It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life as the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time, peace be with you. Hey there, Everick. How you doing? I like the discussions I'm catching only pieces of in chat, but the idea of striving for perfection even as it remains unattainable, knowingly unattainable, I think is worthwhile. By always seeking to grow and change and better ourselves with the impossible as a goal, we will never stop growing. There is value in seeking attainment of the unattainable. And that value is growth and change, learning, knowledge. Apollo update from Samina Ebaji. Everick, tired from your leg day? Friends don't let friends skip leg day. Gonna be chilling in your chair for a while just watching. Enjoy. Lurk on. I'm mostly upper body, but I'm very sore from a good PT appointment yesterday where they put me on the machines. I've been, all my muscles are atrophied from the past 6 months, and they put me on the machines. And I gotta go back tomorrow. I'm gonna be really sore tomorrow. Oh man. And it's wimpy stuff too. Well, not wimpy, but you know, it's plenty for me for now. No. Cease and desist. Entropic bad troll. Bad troll, bad. I know you're just joking, but it's not even. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer Archive from Far Zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up, a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset, with attendant curricula development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aspasia personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Peace be with you. So Edge, it's religion and politics, man. They are fascinating topics that tend to bring people into conflict, even as we might hope they bring people together. So that's all. It's not that there isn't a potential for healthy, interesting, enriching debate. It's that there is a great likelihood for people coming into undue conflict that we just don't need here. We've come together to play games, to enjoy our time together, not to come into conflict with each other, and those topics are, you know, a little touchy. So that's all. That's all. That's why we don't go there here. Because the potential for conflict outweighs the potential for healthy debate. I'm not very sneaky with this thing, am I? Let's set it down over here. Shh, set it down quietly. No, you didn't. No, hey, we're good. We're all good. We're all good here.
These tunnels go on.
For some reason, I don't have a... Yeah, that.
Now this thing is dangerous.
Yeah, glad you noticed.
I haven't been here long.
And you're not gonna be here any longer.
Haven't you got anything better to do?
Someone just killed one of us.
More than one if you're counting. Was I being watched? Look at my barrel. It's waiting for you. Oh. Alone back here. Wait, their sight range really sucks.
Huh?
Oh, we weren't alone. Now we're alone again. She went to get her big gun again.
Try me now.
Here, I'll take yours instead. I like yours better. It's new.
Got too much already.
I'm sorry, are you the only one left?
That's the last of them. Once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
All right, let's check out the ground floor here. Jay sets him up, I knock him down. Oh. Don't let the barrels touch. Don't cross the streams. Harris testimonial received January 15th, 2066.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory. a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
That message did not make it into the archives as he requested. There was a small note on the file that said the archives were already sealed. Something was already sealed. They could not add that to the archives. ASCAD, I took a quick glance. I'll take a closer look at it later. Thank you.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol.
It's Travis!
Ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what the... what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia 200 years from now and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong.
Which is important.
Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. A spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal.
Kind of metal.
So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
To the void.
Okay,
Damn.
so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
Seems to consider you a mistake.
How does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Wow. So, Hades and Gaia. Gaia rebuilds, and when Gaia fails, Hades destroys. Boom, start from scratch, clean slate. Gaia, go! Until it works. So where did things go off track? Noise complaints from Travis Tate. I was wondering where all these data points were in the world, how I had missed so many. Well, there's a ton of them down here. Part of the answer. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says the old TT codes to Bashcore is straight up lying, and you know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle-dazz, nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citarum runoff than listen to my gray swarm for 30 seconds. Hand to God and swear on my mama's grave, and she was religious. Nah, that ain't bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classical music. 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal-themed stuff too. Stop by if you want to listen. Or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no bashcore you'll see. Or hear, rather, in the screech that rends the air. And feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling swallowing you up like you was Jonah trapped in the gullet of a gothic deathfish. Hallelujah! As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal? Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident vids. Last I heard, we were supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? Nah, I don't think so. Stay cool, Trav. Right, Travis gets points. Points for Travis. Please be another Travis log. Text log, Hades protocol. Tate here. That's Travis too, right? Travis Tate, isn't that his name? Gotta be, right? Tate here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheels so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers. Sometimes her arms, too. So that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business. So I had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly re-reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear, ain't nothing Gaia would do to keep life going. Wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now, so I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are plenty strongs. Guess it's time to sleep and bed. I'll be back to it tomorrow. Alligators. Damn. Travis was a wild one, huh? Archive abuse from Samina Abaji. To Travis Tate. Carbon copy to Elizabeth Sobek. Subject archive abuse. Mr. Tate. This mail concerns Apollo Archive submission number 00023876. Your 666th submission in just 5 days. And oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings regarding inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 counts. 1, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of Making a Millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolini material has already been preserved. Extreme, perhaps, but art. 2, for clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself. The definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance, "I know it when I see it." Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, I don't know, your assigned work. We have a world to save, after all, or the rest of us do, anyway. Dr. Samina Abaji. This is a fantastic journey of lore on top of lore.
The only way onwards.
Hollow projectors.
Are these what I think they are?
Our Zenith Model K.
Artificial wombs.
I want to see those.
Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Ectogenic chambers. This is a great lore fest in here right now.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances. But, as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Interesting that they were going to abide in their genetic preservation of humanity. They chose to abide by existing regulations in terms of genetic manipulation and cloning. They had no intention of growing a new generation of humans in the future with superpowers, genetically modified. They weren't trying to give us tails or third eyes. Even if they could have dreamt up genetic advantages they might have programmed in, what they were trying to do was preserve humanity as it existed, not modify it for the future. But just think, it might have gone differently. They might have chosen to rebirth humanity as a modified species. But what a gamble that would have been. FZ Chambers, text mail from Patrick Brochard-Klein. To continue it, not improve it. Precisely. Facing extinction, that was the right choice. I'm inclined to agree. Text, data points, quests. Why does this... They're not all marked that way, are they? Why does that stand out to me? Subject, the FZ Chambers. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I've spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They're a revelation. Astonishing. I don't know what you had to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risks of ECMO resolved. Nutrition delivery resolved. Hormonal stability resolved. 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examine these chambers, I consider the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of FZ's tech is at this level, well, human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. EBK. Whoops. Bring that back up again. Easiest way to get right to the right note again. I'm just looking for the context for Odyssey. I consider the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. I think an Odyssey was an orbital platform. Sort of a... I probably don't have enough information to describe it correctly or don't remember enough, but I think it was an orbital station of some sort, maybe a stepping stone for colonization of other worlds.
My nightmare, or am I yours?
Matthew, what's up? How you doing, Jay? Everything with electricity is fine? So far, so good. Don't jinx it. Shh. We got power. Stream's been up for 4 hours. Hoping to go till the end of the game. Something like a colony ship or a space station as a stepping stone. Odyssey was a spacefaring project that was started and abandoned before the Pharaoh Plague. The goal was a space colony around Sirius. Thank you. Yeah, that. It was that.
I'll take this.
Far Zenith Model K. Ectogenic Chamber of Advanced Design. Oh, I'm not on the data. Cradle Servitor Personae. From PBK. Subject, Cradle Servitor Personae. Development of the artificial personae for Cradle Servitors, Nurturer, Disciplinarian, Healer, continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing 0.4 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of personae, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and the healer personae. I've also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother personae intervened on a disciplinarian servitor's behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I've attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings in just... Rest of the data is corrupted. Cradle Servitors. Artificial but important roles of the growth, rearing, care of those being grown. Cradle sealed. BBK. Yeah, they had to program mamas. Yeah, exactly. This stuff is great. This entire facility is just... It's blowing my mind even as it falls in line with what we've already learned throughout the game. There is so much more to this than I could have imagined. And it's juicy and good. Eleuthia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Yinjiang. Wish I could pronounce Asian names better. Xinjiang? Xinjiang? Could someone give me phonetics for that? I'm curious. Across the province could detect it. Ping back from crucial systems is good. For our maiden voyage, a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is margin for refinement in future cradle populations. Donk. In addition to personality overseeing completion of the Eleuthia 02 site inside Mount Namuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. Xinjiang. Thank you, Hazcat. The swarm advancing across Xinjiang province. Sealing the data away before it was too late. Matthew, you've been caught up in Dark Souls 3. It's a good place to be caught up in.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Maybe we're finally reached. Yeah, Matthew, you have missed quite a bit, but I think there's quite a bit left. I think you'll be all right. Hang in there and we'll all discover this together. Damn it! Once again, I don't get to take my gun. Don't scan the yellow before scanning the rest. Something up ahead, perhaps? You're referring to. Could you shimmy left, please? Hello, folks. What's up, Vent? How's everyone? I think we're good. I think we're all good here. How about you? So far, I don't see the yellow that you're talking about, Neum, but I'll keep an eye out for it. And I will endeavor to scan everything besides the yellow first. Iceman, quite a bit left. Did I just accidentally scan the yellow? I didn't even notice I was on anything. I pause real quick. What did I just scan? That was just one of the data pads, right? We should be able to replay that. If I scan the point you were just talking about, I can load a quick save or something. Complete accident scanning that. I think it was one of the data logs in her office that we couldn't scan through the Faraday cage in the window. KIG, yeah, it's been a long time. Jay, hey mate, been a long while. So glad to be back and watch you stream. I just started this a while ago. It's great so far. It's a bloody fantastic game. And welcome back, KIG. I hope we don't spoil anything for you. We're nearly at endgame here. Over the next few hours, hopefully finishing today. So I don't want to spoil anything for your playthrough that you just started. But glad to see you again. Ah, bummer. We can't even hear her because we're too far away. We got it, but stress me out a little bit here. What do you think? What did I just scan? Did I just scan a data pad that I can go back to? No problem. I think the thing is actually an examine thingy now that I think about it. Okay, good. So we should be able to find the log that we're hearing now. I didn't see a name pop up on the screen, though. Shit, another one! Come on, I can't even see it. I'm not touching anything. Don't touch, Jay. Gaia logs. They're Gaia logs. We gotta go find the Gaia logs. Let's just find them in our notebook. And hopefully they're near the end of the row here we've been collecting. You scanned a holographic data point. Yeah, I just didn't realize it. I'm just hovering on a wall, but through the wall in the office where I didn't even see a data point to land on, I somehow managed to hit 2 of them. Ares testimonial, Code Nexus problems, hologram data points, you said. The good news, Gaia log. So it's probably some of these. The bad news, the good news, Gaia log, Gaia log. So if we, let's go into the office and then I think I know where we need to go in the, we need to replay them.
Oh? And your assessment?
Just pay no attention to the woman talking in the other room. We're gonna restart that. I wanna see it from the beginning. And Tropic, you're switching to bed and maybe your lurk box. Have fun during the NJ and chat. Nighty-nighty. Good night. Good night, brother. I am hoping to finish today, Matthew, but I'm going pretty slowly and we will probably have to run a couple hours overtime. At least that's what I'm being told so far.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I think they're
I'm
talking
sorry to
about...
contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
I wonder if they weren't talking about Aloy and some early version of... Seems to me Aloy's got to be a clone, some sort of preservation of Elizabeth Sobek herself. Sounded a little bit like that's what they were talking about. But if they were talking about it while they were alive, then it surely can't be Aloy. Do you mind? I want to hear that one again.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Maybe
Your
not.
mistakes, I
Maybe
think
not.
you mean?
What I thought.
All I'm saying is give it a kill
Give
switch.
Gaia a
She
kill
was
switch.
just born, Ted.
Gaia
I'm not
was
gonna
just
put
born.
A gun to her
Okay.
head while she's still in the cradle.
They're just
You talk
talking
like
about
it's a
Gaia,
child. What if it
not
becomes a
not
monster?
some proto Aloy
Elizabeth,
thing.
may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
So even Gaia agreed that she should have a kill switch. I'm not fully developed. What if I screw up? You might need to take me out. That's one hell of an AI they made.
Nuts would benefit from antilopine morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet...
And yet, I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
Not sure I'm at all correct there, but it occurs to me it might be Hades. Who's going to use a kill switch? Hades, we've already seen. So that wouldn't make sense if Hades is already under development, as we've seen. Unless things are just being told a bit out of sequence, they wouldn't be contemplating Hades as the effective kill switch. So maybe they're talking about something else. But Hades was designed to re-extinct, to redo the extinction event, to kill all life again, to provide a clean slate for Gaia to make another attempt at what Gaia was designed to do. So Entropic, Hades isn't the kill switch for Gaia, it's the kill switch for the environment that Gaia builds. At least that's what I guess. Okay, that's interesting. When Liz designed Gaia, Hades was part of her parts. Okay. Understanding all these relationships and bits and pieces, it's good that we can discuss it. I'd ask also everyone to try and be careful and guarded not to give too much information before we've received it. I think we're all good so far. Kill switch they talked about was about Gaia itself. Seems so. My understanding of this is evolving by the minute as we get more information. And some of the things that might occur to me.
You will undergo
I might change my mind on.
During relocation to Prime and Fallon statement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
It's a risk you've got to take.
Extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Data corruption. At some risk of prying open old wounds, it occurs to me that the Andromeda Project in Mass Effect, designed to be a preservation of life, not just humans on Earth, not just life on Earth, but the way that preservation was handled in Andromeda being so different from this. This is really mind-blowing. The idea that humans, that sentient beings could go off into space to colonize another world, to live on, that's juicy. But this is something else entirely. Wow. Yes, Gaia is part of the Zero Dawn Project, Matthew. KIG, you gotta cut it short. You're cooking dinner tonight, apparently. Okie dokie. Good to see you again, KIG. Cook something tasty, will ya? Gaia seems to be the main part of the Zero Dawn Project. Yeah. Thank you, Neum. Matthew, the Gaia AI seems to be the top of the totem pole, and there are a great many pieces to the project. But Gaia's one of the bigs, if not the big. Find the entrance to Sobek's office. Aren't we now in Sobek's office? Where did I come in from? Did I come in from... Came in from over there somewhere? I'm a little disoriented in the room, and I want to make sure I'm not missing lore bits. Okay, we came in past this. Oh, there's her office. We're not quite in her office yet. Because I haven't been out here, though, right? Tate did mention that Hades was to reset if something went wrong with the environment so Gaia can start over. Yes, indeed. Maybe we came from here and then I made a left when we went in and we went by the desk over somewhere over there. So we got the hollow logs from over here. This should take us in. And I'm guessing that's the yellow you were talking about. Let me make some more ammo while I'm thinking about it and we're not in the middle of a fight. Odyssey has failed. Text mail from Elizabeth Sobek. To all alphas. All. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Our Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. Artemis status from Charles Ronson. To Elizabeth Sobek. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it, if those words can still mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas, suspended in what-ifs. More than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. We've started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves, thousands more that will have to wait their turn until our new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them. So they can return to a world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many too lates. We lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples we lost were, well, irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again. But not now. Not like this. Not on our watch. Goosebumps all over. So Edge, maybe when you're having network issues, you ask, are they rejiggering people? They actually are not. They are very strictly abiding by previous agreements before the extinction event began. Cloning agreements, genetic modification agreements. They are not rejiggering people. They are trying to preserve people as they were. And from this log, it sounds like your larger animals might have been part of the plan at a later stage that was not yet attained.
Forget about traveling light.
When they lose something, it's forever. Yeah. Anything else? Since you made a point of saying I should not scan that until we've done everything else. Is there anything else, or just the two good logs we had in here? Can't go out that way. Maybe that glass is a Faraday cage. Were you just joking around when you said that? It does seem to have a special weave in it. High security office, like you said. I think we're good. Okay, so Matthew, the last thing you knew was the military conversation, probably back over at Robot Command. When we found out at Robot Command that military forces were being sent into conflict with the machines to buy time for Project Zero Dawn, we really didn't know much about what Zero Dawn is, but over the past couple hours we've learned a lot. Project Zero Dawn, with its primary facility here under the Citadel at what is now called Sunfall, Project Zero Dawn was designed to bring humanity back after extinction. It was not a weapons program designed to defeat the machines. It was born out of an understanding that all life was going to be destroyed, period. End of story. There was not going to be anything left. It was inevitable. Everything gone. How do you rebuild after that? So Zero Dawn was conceived as a hugely complex project with so many pieces and so many stages and so many interdependencies. It was designed to very slowly and carefully bring things back from nothing. It was itself, reconstruct from DNA, robots to terraform a fallen Earth. It was all of those things, all that stuff you can imagine. An AI would build robots to take care of the Earth, robots to take care of the people that would be reborn from DNA and gestated inside machines, to teach them again how to think and about history, to rebuild everything from scratch, reseed the Earth with not just human life, but animal life. It's absolutely mind-blowing how extensive this project was. Reconstruction. Arta Cartel says, reconstruction from DNA is just one of the projects. Just one. An important one, but just one. It's massive. This is some groovy shit right here.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Baby. Baby who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
So much for the Faraday cage.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Well, that happened.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the
Focus
sun.
gone.
Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing. And when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
Rost, you knew it was wrong trying to bore me to death. Whether we get to explore all these options or not, I gotta take a bite. We can learn more about Rost. Rost, who raised Aloy as a baby and sacrificed himself to save her during the proving.
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a savage.
His name was Rost, and he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No, it wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts. Haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
You're a thug. You're a fool. You're a puppet. The puppeteer.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then enter this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
Unless she's trying to deceive him, trick him into thinking she doesn't care, that they simply cast her out rather than sent her out as a seeker, that they're irrelevant rather than an important part of Aloy, even if she was shunned most of her life.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus, such a powerful device.
Snatch it!
And yet, so fragile.
Okay.
So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
RZD, see you later. Hope you had a good time today.
Raja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold! Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
Okay. Corruptors and Behemoth. Okay, Jay, you get it from here. Deep secrets of the Earth.
My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use strength against it.
Strength against it.
That pillar's weak.
Which
Another
pillar?
hit,
Ah.
and come down.
Come get some.
Gotta get out of the way.
It's not going to charge through the pillar, though. I've got to be between it and the pillar, surely.
It's down.
Oh, okay, never mind. Give me my gear! Oh, yeah.
Hey!
Hey!
Guess who got our weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it! That canister on the belly. Looks important. Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with his lift attacks.
Oh, God!
Freeze canister on its face. Quiet, shit sounds.
Say goodnight!
Silence! Shadows, kill her!
Bring it!
Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
Yeah! Oh shit. Well, hot damn. Coward! Wow.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
Yeah. Royals. He's been a bit of a dick, though, don't you think? Helis recognized him. Sure did. He threw down that spike which called the other machines, but he had them overridden, as Aloy learned to do. Maybe he learned that from Aloy, from hacking all of her collected data. How did you find us?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the Sun Ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
No, more questions.
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus.
Hacker's gonna hack.
Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed my... who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Or we could go back and kill them all. How about that?
Right.
Just a thought.
I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Carja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
Oh.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a want, but a who. Yeah!
Woof. We're gonna take a little break. Hey, guess what? We just earned a skill point for that. Means we can get our last skill. Oh, we already had this. We already had the points for it. Go figure. Final skill. All skills learned. Like Jay said, all he learned was from Aloy, hence why he won't or can't answer most of her questions. I don't like that guy either. Yeah, Broyles is being a dick. You got the armor. Is that the one you were talking about back at the merchant? Outcast. Oh, here we go. Shadow Stalwart. Light. Oh, not bad looking. This Kestrel armor will make for a good disguise and steals its wearer against blinding effects. Highly customizable. How is it highly customizable with one slot? And we have different definitions of highly customizable. Sweet looking though. Damn. Put in there. Melee resist? Sure. Resist corruption? Why not? Check the heavy version. Wait. Wait. Did we get a heavy version, or maybe we can go buy a heavy version now? I crave. You can go ahead and tell me, even if it's forthcoming. Is the heavy version something we can now purchase, or where is the heavy version? Because we don't have it at the moment. I like that though. I like that a lot. Bataloy. It unlocks at the merchant. Sweet. Alright, well, I'm going to want that. Go get the heavy version. I am going to take a break. What do you think about progress? How are we doing time-wise? Of course, I'm not holding any of you to this, but are we 2 hours out from the end, do you think? 3 hours? Are we still 4 or 5 hours out from the end? I know the pace was real slow in Zero Dawn. It's because we were picking up tons of lore. Obviously not moving very quickly through it, and I don't want to. We still got a ways to go, maybe tomorrow, Jay. But let's try and pin that down a little if we can. I mean, if we've got 5 or 6 hours left, then tomorrow is realistic. If we've got 2 or 3 hours left, 3 hours might be doable, but would be pushing it. Wow. This is 5 to 6 hours at this pace. See, I'd rather go slow and enjoy it, spend another hour tonight, and then have if we've got 4 hours that we could do tomorrow after spending another hour today. Well, you see what I'm getting at, right? I can't go 4 or 5 hours more today. It just would not be healthy right now. But if we've got a good chunk left for tomorrow, then I don't feel so bad about rolling it over. What I don't want to do is roll over just an hour. Or a little bit. You'll finish midstream tomorrow. 5 to 6 hours plus shopping. But the suspense. I know, it's killing me. I'm really liking where the story's going, and the last thing I want to do is rush through it and not take it all in. The overtime pressure on the stream can really build up. If I think we're gonna wrap by a certain time and we approach that and go buy it, and then I think we're gonna wrap by another time and we approach that and go buy it, I start to get unraveled. So how far can you stream today, then continue tomorrow? Well, I was prepared to go over an hour or two. We're scheduled for 1 more hour. Why don't we just do that 1 more hour, and then we'll save the rest for tomorrow. if everyone's okay with that. So let me take a quick break. Quick break. I'm gonna go stretch, check on the dogs, grab a bite, and yeah, I don't want to ruin the. Of course, I don't want to ruin the experience. This has been brilliant. Let's do the hour and see. There you go. Let's do the hour and see. Okie dokie. I'll also I'll try to remember to tweet something out at the end of the stream, since I said we were finishing today on Twitter and Discord and ran my mouth about it all week long. I'll post a message that we're not quite finished and we'll be finishing tomorrow. And for now, about the Prime Age.
This'll last.
I'm loving this. What a game. I'll see you all back here in... This'll be short. Give me 3 minutes. 3.5 minutes.